Hey guys, welcome back. So let me just acknowledge the elephant in my room. I cut some bangs. Started off with my friend Tommy. Shout out to Tommy. Hey Tommy girl, what's up? I love you. She cut me some angled bangs and I went insane and impulsively just cut my own bangs. When I cut them, if you were on Snapchat, you saw how cute they were and like how they were kind of not so full like this, and then I showered. But whatever, they haven't really been styled. I just this is just my hair like after it's been dried, like this is the day after I take my shower. So they probably will, I need to style them soon. Anyway, so today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial and it's going to be using the Jaclyn Hill palette. I know I just made a video about it, but it's the most universal palette I have with me right now. So I'm going to whip that out and I'm going to do like a quick look with it just to show how easy it is to use. And I know I did some like demo-ish stuff with my previous video, but just in case if you didn't want to look at that video, I will be making this. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get it up in time. So yeah. Also, please excuse the lighting. I am playing with different places I'm going to film, so I'm just looking at my bangs in the viewfinder and it just looks terrible. Oh, I look like that kid from Next Declassified. Was it Coconut Head or something like that? I don't know, I look like that kid. Oh, okay. I did just wash my face and I did put this Milk Makeup solid matcha toner on my face. So I also put this Aveeno ultra calming daily moisturizer with SPF in it. Items I washed my face with are this Mary Kay Time Wise. It's like an exfoliator, but it doesn't dry out my skin, and also this Foreo Luna for all skin types. It's the mini one, so I've been really enjoying the Luna with anything I use. I am missing like an eyebrow product, but I'm just gonna use some powder from the Jaclyn Hill palette. That's gonna be easy. So here we go. And my cat is just staring at me. He's like right at the bottom of the tripod, so if the tripod moves, I'm sorry. I am gonna be using the Balm Nude Beach palette just for the mirror because the Jaclyn Hill one doesn't have a mirror, so. This is like the worst. I know it probably doesn't look bad on camera, but like this is the worst match I could have ever done. Girl. You know what? Forget the Jaclyn Hill palette. I don't feel like doing trial and error. I'm gonna go ahead and use this one from the Balm palette I have in front of me. I'm going in with this Essence Color Intensifying Primer. It's an eyeshadow primer. I like it. Sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on the shadow. If you don't have an eyeshadow primer, you can just prime your eyes with some concealer. The Jaclyn Hill palette does not, I don't think, has like a true matte shade that I like to use to set my eye shadow primer. So I'm gonna go ahead in the Balm and use a matte eyeshadow. Like I said before, I'm probably gonna just do something very simple, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and use like a pop of color on the lower lash line. I'm not gonna do anything too extreme. Do you hear that? Like, that's this packaging. This packaging is gonna break so easy. I'm going to start off with a crease color, like a transition color. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. crease brush. It's very fluffy. I do use it as a highlighter brush sometimes, but right now it's gonna be a crease brush. You can just use a nice fluffy crease brush. So I'm gonna go into this color right here. and I'm just going to fluff it all over the crease. It's going to be like a transition color, and build the color. Don't just glop it on, okay? Okay, once that is in the crease, we're going to start working on building up the contour of the eye. Let's see, which one do we want to go in next? I think I want to go into this one. Focus that one on the outer V of your eye. Then I'm going to go into this pretty color right here. And we're going to use that strictly towards the crease. Like, you're going to want to stay towards the outer corner, but you want to kind of tuck it into the crease. Don't be afraid to use your finger to kind of blend it out. Like, I think I picked up too much product, so. We're gonna go into this one right here. And like I said, we're just gonna take a little bit on the tip of it. So we're gonna take the brush and keep it more towards the lash line. And realize I'm using the same brush, because you don't have to have like a billion brushes to do a good look. It just depends on how you maneuver the brush around. Now we're gonna go back into that first shade we were in, this guy, and once again just take your little fluffy brush and kind of do the same motions we were doing before, just to kind of blend everything out and make sure it's seamless. So that completes the crease work. The next thing you're going to do is pick out a nice shimmery shade or matte shade, whatever you want, to put on your lid. I'm gonna go in and use this guy right here. It's a nice little nude shimmery shade. I'm gonna apply it with my finger, so because that's just how I like to apply it, but you can use like a nice packing brush with it. So first, start off with some primer. I'm using the Laura Geller Spackle Hydrating Primer. I have it in a sample and I'm still working on it, and I love this thing for dry skin. Oh, peek. Okay, so now that that's in my skin, we are going to do foundation, and today I'm using the L'Oreal True Match in the shade Nude Beige. And to apply it, I'm going to be using this Pure sponge, and my Pure is like wiped off of it. I got this in a BoxyCharm. I don't really care for it. Look at that, it's like stained, and I think that's because it's so dense. It's just, it feels like a rock. But anyway, it is damp right now, so yeah. If you're using a beauty blender, you can use it however you want, but I suggest using it damp because it gives you such a fine finish with any foundation. Next thing is just a little tip, you want to do all of your cream stuff first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my, what is this? Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. I'm going to cover some of my blemishes with it, not my under eyes. You can if you want, I just don't like it for this because to me it feels very sheer. I also do some at my jawline just to make sure that my foundation doesn't have that nasty like line. Okay, so next I'm going to use this Maybelline Master Concealer to highlight my face, all that. A lot of people say this isn't a good one to use under your eyes because it's so thick, but me, I'm just like, I like it, so. So now, if you use any cream blushes, cream contour, this is when you would use them. I don't have any. I have all powder products with me right now. But once you put all of your cream stuff on, it's time for you to set your face. And this kind of helps lock in your makeup for the day. So I'm using my NYX HD Studio like finishing powder. It's a loose powder. They also have it in a pressed powder. I don't think I'm a fan of loose powders anymore, but I am going to finish using this just because it's not that I don't like the product. I'm going to start off, I don't have anything to contour my face, so I'm going to start off with a bronzer. I was debating on using this NARS sample product, maybe. I don't know, I'm a little scared to use it. I don't know, maybe, whatever. I'm not going to use it because I didn't use the face powder I had. But I'm going to go in with the labels completely off. It is not the glare, no. The label's gone. This is a Wet n Wild bronzer. It has SPF in it for some reason. But it's a shimmer bronzer and it's okay. I like it. It's not so warm. It's a little more cool tone so you can kind of contour with it, which is why I don't mind using it by itself. But this is in the shade, I think, Ticket to Brazil, wherever it is. Yeah, Ticket to Brazil. So I like this shade because it is cooler. So here we go. I'm gonna use an IT Cosmetics bronzing brush. It's very densely packed, so you don't really lose a lot of product in it. So just gonna get in there. I'm not quite done with bronzing yet. I'm gonna take this like, I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna use this to kind of like focus more on the contour on my face. This is like an e.l.f. I think it's an eye setting brush or something like that. But I'm going to focus like right here to kind of give it like a little more hollow look. I don't know why I do this, but I just like it. Okay, we're gonna go back into the eyeshadow palette real quick before I go into blush and highlight. And I'm going to do, like I said before, and do the lower lash line with this color. I forgot what the color was. I think this is Jada. Yeah, it's Jada. Now that that's done, I'm gonna go into this little pan of blush from one of my Ulta kits. I mean, I have no idea what it's called, but it's like a shimmer bronzer. It's kind of a nudie one. So I really like it. So I'm just gonna take my bronzing brush, the IT Cosmetics brush that we used earlier, or I used earlier. And I'm going to just take the tip of it and just go into it. It's pigmented, huh? And I'm going to add that to my cheeks. For highlighting, I have two products with me, and I don't know which one I really want to use. I think I'm going to use this one, so it's a little more poppin'. So I'm going to use this e.l.f. Crease brush. This is another like crease brush. It's really weird. I don't like using it as a crease brush. I don't know, it's really weird. But I'm going to just go into this Milani one. This is in the shade Afterglow. So it's like one of their strobe light highlighters. So I really, really love it. Just come on, so I'm just going to pop it on the cheeks. And also, I just take the side of it since it's angled. This is an angled brush. I'm going to just take that angled part, and I'm going to take some of this highlighter and just put it right underneath my brow. Okay, so then the next thing I use, the next thing I'm going to do is my lashes, and I like to use an eyelash primer. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous one. Running with this MAC little sampler thing. It's like a false lash mascara. I don't know. The last thing I'm going to do is curl my lashes. Okay, so the last thing I'm actually going to do, not the lashes, is I'm going to go into this Buxom lip gloss. It's a plumping lip gloss in Blushing Margarita. I think this was a limited edition shade at Ulta. So thanks guys, that completes this video. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It was fairly quick for me doing a full face of makeup. It took about 40 minutes to an hour. Usually I take 2 hours to do something like this, but it was quicker, like I said. But I hope you guys have a great day, night, wherever you are. And don't forget to subscribe and like this if you want to see more. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. This is why he wasn't in the outro. I woke him up. Look at his eyes. They look nuts. He was peeping. He didn't want to disturb you. I love you. Camera won't focus on you. Oh, he's gotten so much darker. My baby growing up.